Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Monday, April the 28th already of 2014. I can't believe it. My name is Tim Bartos, and this is my guest, Erica Johnson, and I'm going to tell you more about Erica in just a minute. As I said, my name is Tim Bartos. I'm the host of 6 on Seniors, which is seen right here each and every Monday during the noon news with Liz Bishop. And we talk about all kinds of things that are related to seniors, to caregivers, and as I like to say, just about everybody else in between. And this is a live web chat. If you just happen to catch us by mistake, or maybe you logged on intentionally, which I hope is the case, this is a live web chat, and we are here to take your questions. We want to hear from you. We want to answer your questions. We want to hear whatever comments you might have. And today, the topic, the subject that I spoke about during the segment just a few minutes ago on live TV was dysphagia. Did I say that? Did I say that right? Dysphagia. Dysphagia, okay. You say tomato, I say, okay. Dysphagia. And that is difficulty swallowing. And there are all kinds of reasons that people can have difficulty swallowing, and we're going to be talking about those in just a few minutes. So we want to hear from you. We're going to be talking about difficulty swallowing. And Erica is going to talk about a new treatment that we have been experimenting with that we've had some tremendous success with. So I know you're going to want to stay logged on. So please don't go anywhere. And if you have a friend or a neighbor or a family member whom you think may benefit from this, give them a call right now and tell them to log on cbs6albany.com and catch us live. We are right now live in the CBS 6 studios right here on Balltown Road in Schenectady. Now, there are 2 ways that you can get a hold of us. Right here, you can email us at chat, C-H-A-T, at cbs6albany.com. Or if you're on Facebook, you can Facebook us a question through the CBS 6 Facebook. And by the way, CBS 6 now has over 72,000 friends on Facebook. So if you have not become a friend of Facebook, you'll definitely want to do that. And while you're doing that, you may want to check out Baptist Health Nursing and Rehab Center. We have a Facebook page, and we'd love for you to become a friend of Baptist Health as well. All right. Enough said. Let me tell you who this lovely young woman is next to me. This is Erica Johnson, and Erica Johnson is the Director of Rehab Therapy at Baptist Health. And she is here, as I said, to answer your questions and to tell you about some of the successes that we've been having at Baptist for people that suffer from dysphagia. And so, Erica, I guess probably, well, first of all, did you have a nice weekend?
I did. How about you?
Good. I did. Thank you. Thank you. I did. It never seems like it's long enough, though, right?
I know. Especially when it's nice out.
I know. I know. And it is getting nicer out now, which is wonderful. So, all right. Let's get into today's topic.
Okay.
And I think probably the question, for me anyway, and for I think our viewing audience, is really what is dysphagia? What can you tell us about it? What is it?
Okay.
Some people probably have never even heard that word.
Probably not. Yeah. But I do want to thank you for having me here today to discuss this important topic that people really should be aware of.
And thank you for coming down. Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
But dysphagia, it's a medical disorder that happens when the muscles and or nerves in your mouth or throat are not working properly anymore. And that can cause you to have difficulties with both chewing, swallowing, and sometimes both chewing and swallowing. When dysphagia happens, you have difficulty moving the foods from your mouth, down your esophagus, and into your stomach. Sometimes what happens when the muscles are weakened is that the food actually goes down your trachea and into your lungs, which can cause a lot of medical complications.
Oh, so that can be very serious.
It can
lead to aspiration and all kinds of other problems as well.
It certainly can. Currently, about 15 million Americans have dysphagia.
15 million?
15 million.
Really? Wow.
And that number is increasing each year. Dysphagia can contribute to choking, dehydration, malnutrition, weight loss, aspiration pneumonia, which can be very serious.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And can greatly impact someone's quality of life. I know you touched on that earlier in your 6 on Seniors segment about how important food is to all of us.
It is. It's one of the joys of living.
It
to
really
be able to enjoy a good dinner, you know, or a hearty breakfast.
Yes.
Absolutely. So it does become a quality of life issue.
Yes.
And you know, another thing I'm just thinking as you're saying that if you've experienced difficulty swallowing, you can also develop a fear of swallowing, I would imagine, and so that, you know, perhaps there might be times when you might be able to swallow just fine, but you're just so nervous about what happened last time that you push the food aside and say, you know, I won't eat it, which, as you said, can lead to the weight loss and all kinds of other problems.
Absolutely.
But I could see where fear certainly could enter into that. Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Well, you know, you talked about the 15 million, or approximately 15 million Americans that suffer from this. Who are they? I mean, is there any special group or certain group?
Yes.
Just people in New York, or what is it?
No. It can impact all age groups. However, there are some diagnoses and where dysphagia is more prevalent.
Really?
Yeah. 50 to 75% of people who have had a stroke can be impacted by dysphagia. 60 to 70% of people who have had radiation due to cancers of the head or throat can be impacted by dysphagia. 20 to 40% of people who have Parkinson's disease can have dysphagia, and 30% of people who have multiple sclerosis have experienced dysphagia. And then, as you said earlier, spinal cord injury patients can also experience that. Anyone who's had a brain tumor. Children who have cerebral palsy can also experience dysphagia.
Right. So, as I said during the segment, it's not just older people. It can be younger folks. And you mentioned
can be any.
Children with cerebral palsy, right?
Anyone who has muscular dystrophy.
Okay.
Certain respiratory conditions, and then what we see a lot in the geriatric population is when someone who's had an illness and is maybe bedbound for a period of time, those muscles can weaken too, just as the muscles in your arms and your legs from lack of use. So that can create dysphagia as well. Really?
Now, I wouldn't have thought of that, but I mean, it makes sense to me. You know, as you said, just like the muscles, they can, we say, atrophy or weaken because you're not using them. So the same thing can happen with your muscles in your throat then, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know that. Wow. Interesting. What are some of the symptoms of dysphagia or dysphagia?
Yes. Now, you may feel like you're having difficulty swallowing or even trying to initiate a swallow. That's very difficult for you. You may have an abnormal cough that you haven't had before. You can have a decrease in your vocal quality. You know, maybe now you can't talk as loud. That can be a symptom. If you're having recurrent chest infections or if you're getting sick often, that can indicate you may have a swallowing problem. If when you swallow, you feel like you have food getting stuck in your throat or even in the beginning of your chest, that can be a symptom. If when you're eating, food starts to spill out of your mouth, or maybe if you've had some drooling, that can also indicate that you're having problems with dysphagia.
Wow, so all kinds of reasons. And one that particularly caught my ear as you were speaking is trying to induce a swallow. You feel you're ready to swallow, and you can't make it happen, right?
Correct.
Wow, and that's got to be scary to anybody that wants to swallow and just can't make it happen. And, that's got to be very scary. Wow. You know, I talked a little bit about this wonderful new treatment that we've been experimenting with at Baptist. I shouldn't really say experimenting because it's been proven and tested, but we've been using it at Baptist. within the last few months, and we've had some tremendous success with it. It's called VitalStim, right? VitalStim, am I saying it
Yes.
right? VitalStim. VitalStim. And who can provide VitalStim, and what can you tell us about it?
Okay, well, VitalStim is a non-invasive external electrical stimulation therapy that was cleared in 2002 by the FDA for the treatment of dysphagia. VitalStim is a modality that's used in conjunction with traditional methods that speech therapists have used in the past for dysphagia. VitalStim can be used for the throat and then also on the face as well for anyone
really?
who's had a facial droop due to a stroke.
From a stroke, right?
Yep.
Okay.
The VitalStim can be used to strengthen those muscles.
Really?
Back. Yes.
Oh, so it's more than just swallowing. It can also work on to help to improve the facial. It's Monday, folks. I'm sorry. Facial muscles as well. Okay.
Yeah. So only a clinician that has attended the VitalStim course, which our speech therapist Ashley has at Baptist Health, can provide this kind of treatment. Now, typically this treatment is provided only by a speech therapist, but an occupational therapist or a physical therapist can attend this course.
Oh, okay.
But if you had any questions, if the clinician you're working with was certified or not, each clinician is given their own identification number that they've been cleared and certified by this course.
Oh, okay. All right.
I do have
Yes,
this.
and I know. Oh, excuse me. I know Ashley. As I said, a couple months now. Ashley traveled some distance.
She went down to Tennessee.
It was in Tennessee. That's
Yeah.
where it was. I couldn't think for a minute where it was. She was down in Tennessee and went through all the training so that she could be properly certified, as you said, to use VitalStim. So she's actively using it, and I know you want to show us something. So
I do.
go right ahead.
I brought the machine.
Before you show us.